Miami Dolphins fans, look, we won a game. Miami gets out of a tough one at home against the Las Vegas Raiders, a team under Pierce that is on, an upswing. Credit to them. They played very hard. They tried their best to make plays, especially that defense. They came in determined. The Raiders, they wanted to create turnovers. They created turnovers. A few of those fumbles, you got to protect the ball better. There's no excuse for that. You've got to protect the ball better. But a few of those fumbles, were just good defensive plays, determined to try to create for themselves, and they were successful. We had a setback with Devon Achane, pretty rough to go through. Another knee injury, it looks like, although he was questionable. Mike McDaniel said on the after the halftime that Achane was feeling a little better. He was out on the sideline for the remainder of the game in full pads but no helmet. So let's see what kind of setback this is for Achane. He's a huge part of the offense. When you add him as an element, I think it creates a lot of things. We were clearly lacking that today. Let's hope for a speedy recovery for him. But with the way this team has handled injuries, I'm not sure that we're going to see him against the Jets on Black Friday. Look, we get out of the game after kicking field goals and after the defense just being phenomenal. Jalen Ramsey is an absolute superstar. I mean, hands down, a superstar, championship caliber player, and that's why he's gotten to that promised land before. He continually makes plays. He makes the game-winning play, and then you think he's hurt and you're scared, but he's jumping up, running around. I was fortunate enough to be in Miami for his debut as a Dolphin. He did the same thing when he had the interception against the Patriots. Superstar player. He made a lot of other good plays, including another interception. Just a game-changing player. And all the debate about Christian Wilkins at this point, the guy, again, comes up big on a 4th down and 2 late in the game with Vegas driving. Jalen Phillips with the interception as Christian Wilkins is bringing him down. I think it's kind of undeniable now who the playmakers on this team are. And I have to say, look, now Tyreek Hill had another scare. Guy's a warrior, comes back in the game, goes over 100 yards again. I think he had 145, over 150, somewhere around there. Guy's an absolute warrior, great player. I don't know what it was, but I was pained that entire game. I was just underwhelmed. We are supposed to have this genius head coach and this MVP caliber quarterback, but I felt like the offense was stuck in quicksand for a lot of that game. Mike McDaniel, a couple questionable calls again, going for it. Not going for it, but calling up pass plays on 3rd and short when Mostert's running pretty hard. Going for a field goal, a 50-yarder. Luckily, we made the second one, but Jason Sanders, maybe he finally put that behind him by making that second attempt. But previously, he misses another 50-yarder before that. Didn't love the decision by McDaniel to kick it there. Punt it or go for it at this point, based on how Sanders is doing. But maybe he got past it. But, then, Tua throws a tough interception, just a badly thrown ball, bad pass. He loses the fumble. It was a tough play. He was going all out. He was playing with heart to try to get a first down. Like I said, Vegas guys punched it out, but still you got to protect the ball. Late in the game, on a really crucial 3rd down play where, Pierce, great coaching job for the Raiders. He had really used his timeouts perfectly and had really wound up being able to stop the clock before the 2-minute warning, giving his team about the full 2 minutes to navigate the field. And thank God for Ramsey that he stopped it. But Tua throws the ball out of bounds over a guy's head and spots them extra time. And I just thought Tua struggled again, and this is 2 weeks in a row, Kansas City, where the defense shut out Kansas City the second half. And now this game where the defense is playing at an elite level. And in the beginning of the season, we wanted the defense to play at an elite level, and because the offense was playing so well, that we thought, hey, if this defense can play elite, we're a Super Bowl team. And if we go back to playing the way the offense played in the beginning of the year and the defense continues this, then we are. But at this juncture, this offense looks pretty pedestrian in a lot of ways. I know the stats are going to show what the stats show, and you could bore me all day with the stats, and you could point out and say, Larry, what about the stats, this and that? The eyeball test, the feel of the game. Tua and McDaniel and this offense. Now, again, I felt like we were kind of just waiting to make another mistake. I knew at the end of that first half if we were going to try to be greedy and drive the length of the field. Now, if they had punted and we had gotten the ball at the 35, 40-yard line, I would have said go for it. But they placed the punt around the 13-yard line. I knew it was a bad move to try to get yards, try to get a score there when we were getting the ball after the half. I was right. Turnover leads to 3 points for Vegas. Thank God our defense held stout again that time. But look, this offense has to get their stuff together. I don't want to hear McDaniel, hanging his head. Well, if it was good, it would have been good, but it's not. We are the narrative. We want to get where we're going. And Tua, we just got to play better. No. It's time to put the golf clubs away, put the extracurriculars away, put the pat on the back, we'll get through it away. Sit down and figure out what teams are doing to you to slow you down and what you can do to counterpunch. McDaniel and Tua. It's got to be better. It's got to be better against elite competition. Next week, it's got to be better against the Jets. The Jets defense is playing at an elite level at home against quarterbacks in primetime. Say what you want about the Jets. I say plenty about them. We'll see what they do today. But that defense is going to play you very elite at home in primetime. And if Tua and McDaniel don't bring their A game, I don't know what's going to happen in that game. They have got to play better. Tua has got to play better. McDaniel has got to coach better. We won the game. I'm happy. And look, Vegas is on an upswing. And I don't know how much of the offensive struggles have to do with the two guards, being out. We lost Wynn, it looks like, for the year. We need Robert Hunt back, man. He's been aching to come back. I know McDaniel's been saying, that he wants to be cautious. I understand it. And look, it's not like Cotton and Eichenberg played terribly. I don't know for sure. I got to watch the tape, but it seems like there's something wrong with this offense, and it could be because we have those injuries on the offensive line. But we need Robert Hunt back. And we got to do something to get this offense rolling again. Because if this offense is humming, this team is formidable in a big way. But if this offense is going to continue to be pedestrian, this team may struggle. So, quite a bit to be done here, especially when you got teams like Baltimore, KC, taking care of business and looks like they're going to be there at the end of the year, maybe with home playoff games or challenge us for that. This offense has to be better. So I'm happy with the win. I love Jalen Ramsey. What an absolute awesome acquisition. Props to Vic Fangio. Props to the defense. Props to Jalen Waddle, who stepped up big when Hill went out. Props to Tua for making the throws he had to get us enough points. Props to Jason Sanders, for making it a touchdown game, even though it was already a touchdown game before that. Props to those guys. Props to Tyreek Hill for coming back and playing. But we got to check on this Robert Hunt injury. We got to check on this Achane injury. And this quarterback and this head coach have to do better. And you can put it on the head coach for some decisions, but then at the end of the game, when we have a chance to score a touchdown instead of kicking a field goal, River Craycraft is wide open and Tua misses him. So, you have Big O, you have all these people saying, Cedric Wilson is a loser because Tua, had the right read against KC and Wilson screwed it up. But Tua's missing wide open Craycraft. And Craycraft apparently knows the offense better than anybody else. What's Tua doing here? He's got to play better. He's got to play better. And I know there's a lot of Tua people out there. This is a show me season. I said it's a show me season. This is a show me season. And I've been objective with what the team has shown me thus far. And early in the year, Tua was elite. Now, I'm not saying Tua's not the guy. He's a starting quarterback in this league. And he's probably a top 10 starting quarterback in this league. But if you want to go from top 10 starting quarterback with good September stats, regular season stats, to championship contending quarterback, you've got to play better. And today, Tua showed me that he's not quite at that level in clutch situations yet. He has plenty of more opportunities to get there. Let's hope he does. But we've got to recalibrate and ice it up real quick because we got a big division game on Friday. So glad we got the win. Great start for the Dolphins this year. Great position to try to win the division, but it's not over yet, and the offense has to play better. Props to the defense. Absolute elite play by the defense. It's beautiful to see. It's beautiful to see. Guys, if you haven't done so yet and you like objective takes and you like, well thought out discussions on our Miami Dolphins, hit that subscribe button. It's right here. It takes 2 seconds. Smash that subscribe button and join me. I'll be live on Tuesday at 7 for our show, Larry Lucci, Shake and G. And you can join us by calling in as well. But I'll see you Tuesday at 7 p.m. Until then, subscribe to the channel and go Fins. See you later.